Well, good afternoon. This is climatology for the Northern Rockies for June of 2015. June produced numerous records across all of western Montana and central Idaho, including temperatures and precipitation. This graph shows the percentage of average precipitation across the entire western United States. In the Northern Rockies, 25 to 50% of normal precipitation was received, with many pockets of less than 25% of normal. Temperatures were extremely warm across much of the western United States. Here in the Northern Rockies, temperatures were roughly 6 to 8 degrees above normal across much of the region, with some pockets of 10 degrees above normal. So let's get into some of the specifics, some of the numbers. I'm going to show spring really quick before I get into just June itself, because spring was one of the driest and warmest on record as well. April through June of 2015, many sites had well below normal precipitation, some deficits of up to 4.5 inches, such as in Kalispell. Here's a better way to look at it: percentage of normal precipitation April through June of 2015. Kalispell was only 20% of normal, Missoula 33% of normal. Southwest Montana and parts of central Idaho weren't as bad, but they were still much drier than normal, anywhere from 55 to 65%. Actual precipitation versus normal, just for June, was also extremely dry. No valley locations received over an inch of rain. In fact, June is our wettest month, and it's probably one of our more critical months to get significant precipitation. It just didn't happen this year. Percentage of normal in June of 2015 was 25% or less than normal in both Kalispell and Missoula, while the rest of the region was actually even 50% or lower precipitation normals. So to some of our records that we have come close to breaking or breaking this month. 2015, Kalispell had 0.6 of an inch of precipitation, which ties for 7th driest all time back to 1904 with 0.6 of an inch. The driest month of June on record in Kalispell was 1910 with 0.4 of an inch of precipitation. So looking at this chart, 2015 was the driest month of June in 40 years. Temperatures records were smashed across much of the region. Here in Kalispell, the average temperature was 65 degrees for the month of June. The warmest June on record, dating back just about 30 years. Record low precipitation in Missoula, Montana. It too was our 7th driest month on record. The driest June on record in the last 25 years. And many of these records date back almost back to 1902. Okay, Missoula also smashed a record for average high temperatures in June. The average high temperature was 67.9, which is 1.8 degrees above normal. That previous record was set in 1918. Record low precip in Butte, 0.9 of an inch fell in 2015, which was their 5th driest June on record. And as we look at Butte's temperatures, it also was near record territory with the average of 61.2, with the record being 61.6 in 1988. Some also interesting records that I dug up. The record number of 90-degree days in Kalispell was set this month with 8. Previous record was 40 years ago and was 7. Highest temperatures recorded in June at Missoula, Montana. For only the 3rd and 4th time, the temperature has gone above 100 in June. both 102 on the 28th and 101 on the 27th. Previous records date back to 1937 and 1918. The all-time hottest temperature in June was recorded in Kalispell, which also was the first time they've ever reached 100 degrees or greater in June. That is the all-time hottest temperature in June. Records here date back to 1899. Now, on a side note, I looked up and I noted that West Glacier recorded a temperature on the 28th of 101 degrees. This is the first time ever of any month West Glacier has recorded a temperature of 100 or greater. Their data only dates back to 1948. Okay, consecutive days with no rain in June. This was also a significant record, being the fact that for 26 days it did not rain in Kalispell. Of significance, it didn't rain. The rain basically shut off on June 4th throughout the rest of the month. It still hasn't rained, and it's looking like it's not expected to rain at least through the 4th of July weekend. The all-time record for days with no rain across the entire year is 42 days in Kalispell. Same thing in Missoula. We had 26 days of consecutive days with no rain. That record was stopped yesterday when Missoula had 0.05 of an inch of precipitation. That broke a record that was over 100 years old. Consecutive days with maximum temperatures of 90 or greater. Kalispell tied that record, a 40-year-old record, with 5. Consecutive days with max temperature 90 or greater in Missoula. We only had 5, and the record is 7 both in 1970 and 74. Well, the quick outlook through July 14th, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for continued well above normal temperatures and below normal precipitation. The normal high temperature this time of year in Missoula is in the lower 80s, but as we get into the first week of July, normal highs go up to about 85. And we have developed into drought conditions across western Montana and central Idaho, categorized as a moderate drought. The new drought monitor comes out every Thursday. So in summary, June 2015 was the hottest month on record across the majority of the northern Rockies. June 2015 was also one of the driest months, except southwest Montana. They were dry, but not extremely dry. And once again, moderate drought has developed over the northern Rockies. Drought conditions are likely to worsen over the next few weeks due to the fact that the forecast, there is high confidence that we're going to continue to be hot and drier than normal, at least through the first 10 days of July. Hope everyone has a nice day and stay cool.